It's warm.
It is warm. Oh, I forgot to put the collagen powder in
You what, collagen powder?
again.
What's this?
Well, it's called Glow Up or something, but that's what I'm crediting. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, your hair's going so quick." I'm crediting it to that.
Oh, okay, it's for your hair. Hello, guys.
I
Sorry.
think it's for skin. Good evening. Don't all rush at once. Let me just check the sound. Oh yeah, there we go. We're all good. Well, you can still see some of the carnage that's going on in the bus today.
Don't be alarmed at the lady's legs.
She's not a real lady.
Oh. Okay. I'm on 2, aren't I?
Well,
That's okay. I was expecting to. I didn't realise I was on 2.
I was
expecting to get more.
I put the puff one on top of the beanbag so that you could like adjust it a bit more if you wanted to.
I feel like it's kind of nice. I
Cool.
didn't expect to be so supported so soon. But there was more of a drop before. Oh, welcome, guys. This is a special edition. I've got no eyebrows. This is like that collector's pack, like for the.
The no eyebrow edition.
Yeah, in the future it will be an answer for a quiz or whatever. What episode did Steph have no eyebrows?
Maybe are you projecting because my eyebrows are on point?
They are fake, and mine are just no. You're right.
It's just sheer projection.
Projection would just be like, I don't want eyebrows. Yours are stupid.
Yeah, but are you feeling self-conscious about not having eyebrows? That's a form of projection.
Are you wishing you didn't have them because I look that good right now? No, totally.
No, I had mine done yesterday. That's the reason I'm saying it.
They look very nice.
And it just means you can just you feel like you just wake up and you're like, yeah.
What is the
Strong
process for
eyebrows.
your eyebrows? I realise I've never had, as you can see, I don't have any eyebrows.
Oh, tint and wax.
Is that what they are? It is
Yeah.
a tint and wax. And what's included in the tint and wax? Sorry, ladies, that are always like, we know what this is. Like,
Well, I don't, because obviously I'm just laying there. I'm not watching the process, but I think she tints them first. So she gets Vaseline and puts it on the bits where it's bold and she doesn't want the colour to go. And then puts the colour over. And I think she might use a bud to shape the colour, because you can obviously tint some of the blonder hairs around the edge, that obviously, so you can make them look fuller because they're all being tinted. And then they wax them into shape, so that's why they suddenly look kind of bolder, and then your makeup goes on nicer as well.
Girls in the chat, is this the method you're using if you are blessed with
Beauticians
fantastic
for sister-in-laws
or natural eyebrows? Then go you.
Yeah, see, I am blessed that my brother's beloved is the eyebrow queen, and she's now working in schools and things, so she's not even like beautician by trade anymore, but that was her staple, was these eyebrows. Can you hear a weird echoing? Is my voice echoing in that or something?
Maybe it is that. Did we show that last week?
No, we were playing with it after, I think, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, let me
I will add this to
let me whack up a beat or whatever, and then I was like, oh, I realised I was about to make a Tesco announcement. Lost child at the checkout.
The amazing thing is this instrument came with a book on like how to play certain songs.
Yeah.
But
I don't know where it's all gone, but
then we learned that there's numbers and certain numbers with points at the bottom.
yeah.
We don't know what they mean. We're trying to work out, do these instructions actually help
even
you play
match up?
Happy Birthday or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or whatever's in there?
I don't know, but still, I'm sure it will come in handy when we're at festivals.
Yeah, definitely. If you're at a festival near us, make sure to come down and have a jam with us.
Our newfound musical talent.
We're those kind of people now.
We have a whole collection of musical instruments. I can hear it echoing. I've got to move it.
I can't even hear it, which shows
I've got a weird hearing, though, no.
not weird, different.
I don't mind being weird.
No, yeah, just weird is also. I like just weird, but just different.
Just different. Keeps in with the brand, doesn't it?
I think also weird is also a nice little like addition to it.
The reason it was just weird is because years ago I was working in education still, and first time I met the incredible Chris Benello, who runs Autistic Not Weird, the platform. My response was, well, you know, I must just be just weird then, because at this point I had no idea that I was autistic, and maybe had kind of thought, oh, maybe I'm ADHD. Well, maybe I was ADHD when I was younger, you know, like that kind of, maybe I wasn't enough of a problem for it to be a label. That was kind of where my head was at. So,
no, definitely.
But I also knew all my life I'd been told, you know, you're different, you're weird, you're this, you're that, you're the other. Like my first ever nickname with my first ever boyfriend was Weirdo. To my wonderful weirdo, I have like Valentine's cards literally saying that. So it was like an accepted thing that I was strange. And I didn't mind.
Even my weirdo is such a nice term of endearment.
My wonderful weirdo.
Yeah, despite my weirdness.
But
in spite of my weirdness.
And that was the thing. My initial I am just weird was because I didn't feel like I fit any one label enough to assume that whole label, which I suppose still is a bit like what a different human design tries to capture, isn't it? That, you know, it's not as black and white as these labels make out.
No, definitely. If you haven't been diagnosed officially with any of these labels, but you still feel like you are weird, different in whatever way, we are your people.
Yeah, and you can relate to it. It's absolutely fine. So anyway, what are we discussing tonight? What's tonight's topic?
Tonight's topic, which I don't know about you, I feel rings. Oh wait, that's great at the end. The shuffling papers. What was saying?
It rings. You're at rings. Yeah, you're at tonight's topic. It rings true on so many levels. So many levels.
Oh yeah, I feel like this is very appropriate for a recent what seemed like a harmless troll on our social media page on Facebook, which then a little bit of discovery. I don't know if you've discovered the same things. Just from what you said about their friend list.
Oh God, yeah. I was like, I weren't sure that you were talking about that. I've not been on since I said that. Has it gone mad?
No. Well, I did. But in my own little silly way.
I love that. I did, but
yeah. So today's subject is projection.
Yeah.
Why are people so mean? How does it happen? And the title is Why Are Some People So Mean? And what I really mean by that is, how do we all actually have such capacity to be mean? And why do some of us allow them to express themselves in that way more than someone who's a lot more restrained in that?
And can I just say as well, the reason, because we're always just thinking of these topics, but I just was thinking, what topic can we do that's actually really useful right now? And there seems to be a lot of projection going on, and it's one of those that if you've got kids, do everyone a favor. Let's teach our young people about this whilst they're super young, like getting into that conversation as though like it's a normal understanding that how we project ourselves, the reality that we project around us, it comes from our baseline, our foundations, regardless of whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah, definitely. We arrive in these worlds. Palladian race.
I was going to say, I believe there's more than one world. Look, she's taking my beliefs now.
Subconsciously, clearly, I'm already a believer.
Freudian slip.
What was I saying?
Oh God, I forgot as well. No, you were saying about we arrive in this world.
We arrive in this world, yes. Well, with these, inherited, what some would consider from our inherited ancestral impressions that are left from us. And that is who we are. That is our authentic self. And at the same time, as we grow, we start to be taught by the people that teach us what we need to know. Certain things are acceptable in society and some things aren't. And these are important to understand because we need to be liked by people because then we can survive. We are better in numbers.
And my biggest thing about this is that I hate to see anybody suffering at the verbal abuse of somebody else because they don't understand that it's not personal. that's your takeaway from this episode, please.
No, 100%.
That ability to cope a little better with those horrible scenarios where somebody's mean and you can't quite understand why.
I fully understand that. I feel like that's the position I'm in most of the time. As a counsellor, I'm not talking very rarely to the perpetrator. I will talk to the victims in most senses where they are hell-bent, are stuck on but them, and they can't move past. It's a very hard thing to, and not just in love relationships, in all kinds of close relationships or things that can happen, even world wars, strangers on the internet, apparently. There are people everywhere not realizing how their own untapped, unconscious is bleeding out, hurting other people. And we do that because it strengthens that ego. It's, you can call that out. She's a slut, because that made me feel like I have authority.
It reinforces my belief around how you should behave.
Rather than looking at like, why would I feel the need to call someone out on their sexual promiscuity? Like, what does that do for me, really? It doesn't do anything. Why is it my business? And like... Yeah, 100%. This understanding that you can't change other people. We live in a democratic society, therefore there are going to be things happening in society that you might not want to get engaged with, and you are, by your own, like, everyone is entitled to speak to their own kids and share what their thoughts are with them. But at the same time, I think it's really important in a world that is developing, that if the main goal is for your child to be a happy, successful person throughout their life, the best thing you can do is allow them to authentically explore who they are. Without any of these, obviously we can guide through laws, we can guide our morals, ethics. Yeah. But there's certain things in life that we need to, I feel like when I talk about things like this, people automatically think I'm talking about trans situations or immigration situations.
Well, can I give an example then, like, to apply to it? Because funnily enough, today Reese from the Brotherhood has put a video out, because it was me who tagged him in a video on TikTok of a mum who was like on the verge of tears, talking about the fact that her boy was being bullied because he's a dancer and he wants to dance, and he'd won some awards in dance, and I think he'd put out some TikTok videos about how proud he was of his dancing and what have you, and then she had witnessed him being bullied by his peers, should I say, playing the TikTok videos and teasing him, but him just swallowing it because he's like, Mum, it's just the way it is, like, I've just got to cope with it. But I tagged Reese because obviously he's a dancer, and it's having those positive role models, isn't it, of other people, though, because it's just stigmas, it's prejudice, it's, you know, you're a dancer, so you must be, and so what anyway, but there's all these like things that are attached to if you're a dancer. So anyway, Reese has reached out and he's offered this lad an opportunity to dance in his variety show this coming summer.
That's amazing.
We went a few years ago, do you remember?
It was fantastic.
Yeah, really good. We're at a festival this year, so that's the reason that we're not going, but lovely example of what we mean by these stereotypes, and letting your young person explore outside of gender roles. And that doesn't, we're not talking about the extremes, it's just things like girl wants to play football, boy wants to dance, you know.
Yeah, not
allow them
needs to be seen through these like extreme lenses, like you say, like something, it is just your average cis boy and girl who, just to make it clear, trans boys and girls are not no less important, but I'm trying to explain that it is way more effective than this 1% group of the world. It affects everyone, even to the point that some people watching this, how often when someone brings something up with you, hey, that really hurt me, do you reach quickly for a blame to throw back to them? Well, actually, I'm only like this because you... Yeah. Rather than just being able to stop for a second and just work out, okay, what's happening here? A really perfect one for me, and I should probably start this with an apology to the Leicester Council.
To the Leicester
Council. For for the stress of the start of this weekend, Lindsay's already put a post talking about the overstimulation of the wind, and oh my god, like yeah, I got to the point where I may have shown my my shadow. My ego might have got a bit too hard. I basically lost my shit, I think. It was like, I can't deal with the wind. Every time you put a sheet of paper or something that we're trying to advertise on our stall, it would just blow off, and it was just like continuous. And
Yeah,
I think I also went to rant to someone that I didn't realise was like pretty much hosting our section, which that was a poor move. Apologies for that. But looking back on it, yes, I was overstimulated. Yes, that is a clear example of neurodivergence, which what this area of the the Riverside Festival was about. That's what we were sharing. So it gave a really good example of that. But at the same time, I could easily look at that and be like, it was just the wind. It was just terrible organisation. Done. And really, that's a terrible thing to be blaming. And it doesn't help anyone in life to be like that because you never make any personal development. It's all right saying, I can't control whether someone orders the right gazebo. That doesn't, do you know what I mean? I can't control whether the wind blows in the right direction. What I can control is my own behaviour, my own thoughts, my own perspective, to not let that get in my own way and also help me in the future. You know, I maybe wouldn't burn any relationships that are making professional relationships because I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, she's a bit ratty. But I'm thankful. I think everyone kind of understood.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't think it was. I mean, I certainly didn't feel like I lost it. In the past I've lost it. Do you know what I mean? I know what I'm capable of when I lose it. But like you say, ratty is a good word because I was like, I felt a bit more short-tempered than how I usually am, because usually I try to be pleasant all of the time.
Yeah, I think the best, ratty, unregulated, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, so instead of me being like the weather, the setup, what is really happening here? I think I'm feeling embarrassed. What does that mean? There's a persona problem here. People are seeing through them. I'm not holding up. If I can't present these things properly, I can't show me properly. It's okay. I don't know. There's a lot of deep things that you could really like just.
Mine was that I was thinking we're going to be face to face with the public for at least 6 hours solid. So it was like that was already bubbling away in the back of my mind. Not even just for one day, for 2 days. So that's always going to give me a certain mental load to have to deal with. Like, you know, we're going to be public facing, it's going to be draining. You don't know who's going to turn up. You don't know what conversations you're going to have. Like, a lot of the conversations we have are tough. So that was playing on my mind. And then obviously, yeah, the wig, sensory overstimulation anyway, with wearing a wig. But again, that's a decision that I made. And then the wind, oh. But yeah, it's definitely like, I imagine it like a scales, and it was like I'd already piled so much weight on from other factors that it didn't take all that much to kind of like tip me over the edge.
So what does it mean for you if all of that did go wrong?
What, as in like if I had grabbed me carrier basket and done one?
Yeah, like what does it mean for that to, I don't know. Yeah, what? Because a lot of people will be watching this and think, well, that's, especially this summer, we're turning up to festivals and we are outwardly facing people. We're talking to face, not just through the screen. So why do you put yourself through that?
Yeah.
That terrifies you or makes you feel...
No, and it doesn't, but it's like I say, there's this scales in my head. Everything, that's being neurodivergent, isn't it? That facing society takes a certain toll. So, and you know, kind of like putting a wig on my head's already going to take up some of that capacity. You know,
there's itching. Like she can already feel her head.
Just that.
I don't need to feel my
moving
head.
with it, moving it. You know,
every
like
time a bit of hair comes down, it's constantly having to readjust it.
Just fiddling anyway, isn't it? You know, like if you're going somewhere and you're wearing ill-fitting outfit, you know it's going to bother you all night. It's that kind of feeling. But yeah, so in terms of like the actual conversations, that is why we do it, because we want to empower. Well, I'm saying we, as I'm talking on Steph's behalf here, but I'd like to think that we do it because we want to empower people into being able to feel like they can help themselves, or to give them hope or direction or knowledge, perspective, where we perhaps didn't have that in our journey. So that is my motivation to push through the things such as it being mentally draining to be outwardly facing to the public.
No, definitely. I think it's important that we have these conversations, because quite often, especially I think with my autism, my problem is a lot of people don't think out loud. So they do a lot of things without really explaining the process of how they do them. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really important for, if you're going through something, being able to hear an example of like, oh, okay.
I don't know as well. It's almost that thing that it comes down to that labels thing of, don't think you can't do it just because you've got a certain label. Like, for example, when we was at I know we're moving a bit off projection here, but hope you're not here to find out how to get over projection, because I'm on something else now. But at Van Life Festival, our friend that we made, Callum, he'd overcome so much to be there. And I loved it because he was a prime example of, he was socially anxious.
Yeah.
So he'd like gone into the solo traveller group and buddied up with another family as a way of like overcoming that anxiety. He also got travel sick. So he was taking tablets 2 hours before he drive, wristband on both wrists. You know, so he'd found a way around that. But and then obviously when he was there, he was nervous. So he said like I think he'd gone to meet somebody that he'd arranged to meet there through this solo like group type thing. And he was like, you know, I had to have a drink just to take the edge off. And it was just like the amount of things he'd overcome, because for him it was important to have that experience. And I thought, fair play. Yeah, what a brilliant example that you don't have to allow it to get in your way.
Definitely.
But you've still got to be like, obviously, patient and nurturing with yourself, haven't you? Because there'll be times when you just don't want to make all that effort, and that's fine. That's fine
definitely.
too.
That's also fine. But that is neurodivergence, right? And I wish it wasn't. So much of this society is geared up for. I'm trying to think how many people are actually neurotypical. Like, it's not making that much sense anymore.
Yeah.
The world isn't set up to at least benefit all of us rather than just neurotypicals. But I think, yeah, it's a prime example of how stuff isn't easy, but that's not the reason to stop. You find your tools, you find your ways, the things you can put in place to make them more, I want to say completable, achievable.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you can do these things rather than like, no, I can't do that. Which really annoys me about the benefit system. We're getting further away from Jeff.
Well, no, I was trying to loop it back, but you see what you're going to say.
When people get mad about like, oh, people just want to sit on benefits, like, I don't know anyone that is just happy with how they are, especially people with disabilities. Like, they're like, I'd love the opportunity to work. I don't think you understand. There is no work opportunity that presents itself that I can do with whatever condition they have. And it just, projection.
But this is the thing, isn't it? Everybody's opinion is essentially a projection of what they've been taught, of how they feel, whether it's a fear, whether it's a hope, whether it's a dream. Those opinions that we have, oh, that person's getting something for nothing or whatever, that's still a projection of maybe feeling like the injustice happened for you throughout your childhood. You know, if you were constantly the one that felt like it was unfair, then you might grow up with this attitude towards others that they've got an easier ride. But, you know, sometimes it's worthwhile stopping thinking, is that true though? Am I looking at the full scope, or am I just reacting from a little slice of a belief that I've stored and now I'm treating like it's the absolute gospel?
No, definitely. I think a really easy way of doing this is you have a belief, you've researched this, you've looked at that belief, you're like, that's formed my decision. Have you ever Googled the exact opposite? Have you ever researched the exact opposite hypothesis?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
And seeing what comes up.
Yeah.
It might be a tougher read, and you will feel things inside of you physiologically and psychologically like rejecting it. Like, how can it be this way? But then you've got to work out what's more worth it to you, something being true or something being right, like you being right.
Yeah.
Because why are you then attached to something? Why do you need that to be right? Why is that more comforting than the truth?
That's what we talk about with being open-minded, though, isn't it? That being truly open-minded is accepting that even though you might sway towards a certain set of beliefs, you still ultimately don't really know, and you're still in a position to be educated. That if something comes along and like understanding is more important than being right, as it were, so that you're more prepared to understand it better and let go of what you previously believed than you are to like die on that hill of like I'm not going to listen to that because it doesn't fit my narrative that I've created for myself.
Yeah, 100%. Or one that, you know, maybe you've been taught that your whole life by your parents, the group of people that you've grown up with. I can't imagine how hard it would be for someone that's grown up in a cult, grown up in a very radicalized, fundamentalist type religion, like where you have it drilled into you, these rules every day.
Yeah.
And then you kind of, you see so many stories where people have come out of these lives and been like, oh, what?
Yeah.
This is insane.
So we'll turn to the chat for a minute and have a look. Now, there was something that I'll let you have a scroll through and have a look, but there was something I noticed in the chat that I'll address while Steph's looking. But so it's basically saying that empathy can go too far sometimes, and sometimes we have to just think sticks and stones may break our bones. But that is kind of the point of why I wanted to cover this about projection, because you know, sometimes you can be driving along and you get a load of road rage sent in your direction, or something kind of happens at a supermarket and someone's like drove off and gave you the middle finger, and it's one of those scenarios where it's over so quick but you're left reeling with it and there's like a lot of emotion. But that's when understanding projection can come in as a tool to kind of self-soothe, because that person is clearly reacting like that because of something. And that's something, yes, you played a role in the moment you triggered that behavior, but it's not you. At their core, you know, heart of their issue, there's something else kind of thing. So understanding that person, if somebody's going around being so angry and aggressive towards others, chances are they're under deep pressure themselves, or suffered a deep misery, or
they really are doing, like, they really aren't someone that they are proud of being.
Yeah. So it's that kind of being able to get to just kind of, you know, think, I'm going to give you grace because you would not be behaving like that as a happy person, and therefore you're not a happy person, and I actually feel bad for you, kind of thing.
100%. There's a
way around it.
There's a caveat to that.
What does that mean?
And that is when you uncover a type of behavior that is so unavoidable, like you just can't ignore it. It has to be reported.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. No.
I realised I started this and I was talking about something that happened on Facebook.
Yeah.
If anyone's seen it.
Oh, okay.
There was just a random post that you'd made, a nice enough post talking about the Riverside Festival, what that we were doing, and like most time on Facebook, because that's where you get these things happening, there is a comment from a random guy, what a mess, and then a dog gif laughing, like really original. I love Facebook for that. And it doesn't bother us. It's the perfect chance for us to engage, and it helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like, please comment as many times as you can. It's very helpful to us. We don't care what it is.
It pushes the video further. That's great.
Yeah, and then it started with a little back and forth. You know, it's always helpful. And then just something maybe just click on his page and just have a look. Who is this guy? And initially, I didn't get much of a look, other than it's a very closed down profile, but it's definitely an actual person. It's not a bot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the day after that I saw your comment that was like, I've seen your friends list.
No, he said to me, I don't engage with common people. So I'd had a look at his, because by then I just thought, right, compassion is returning with what you've got at your fingertips or whatever. Sometimes people need a bit of return rather than like, oh, love and light. Love and Light is giving it back sometimes. So I had a look at who he was friends with and realised it was pretty much just all young girls. So then I was like, yeah, I can see the type of people you engage with, mate, and like a sick face or something like that. Just because I was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
It's very weird.
But that's the last I went on it because I was just like, whatever. But I just thought, you come at me, mate, trying to make out that I'm something, which is not. It's just antagonising. I said those kind of comments about you being a mess or whatever, they pick on women who they think care about their appearance, so that it's going to trigger them when they comment on their appearance. It's like,
yeah. If you're looking at a group, any grown women, and you're going, mess, why?
As a grown ass man.
Yeah, like if maybe they've got half a tip hanging out, if they, you know, for whatever reason she's throwing up in a curb, like, sure, mess. And they're working at a volunteering at a community event
and explaining that,
and they're like, mess, then it's, well, I'm sorry you couldn't get off to this because we're too old, and I'm the youngest 33 looking going, like, I'm the youngest person in this world bar children, so if you're not into my face, I'm gonna say you've got an actual problem, like, you're into actual children. And it wasn't just to the point that I looked at it and I was like, okay, how much are you engaging with these girls? So I took screenshots and showed it every point when I was on these girls' pages, which I realised very quickly are just bots as well.
Oh, okay.
They're baiting pedos.
Yeah.
And the age of these girls can't be any more than 4 to 7. It's his whole friendship group, basically.
Oh, really?
Apart from Sarah, who got an email full of all my screenshots and all the messages
what, his
that
wife?
he has been. I don't know if it's wife, sister, auntie.
Yeah.
But she has got a load of screenshots now of all the comments you've been leaving to these several girls across their pages for the last several months.
I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not funny, is it? It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. What started off with like, troll behaviour, we can hang out, we can play with this, to like, I can't ignore this.
See, I didn't know. I'm finding this out live on air. This is an exclusive because I just obviously made that comment, and I actually went to work and told my boss that I'd said it, and she was like, oh, you know, you shouldn't react, blah, 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 because again, projection, we really understand like that when you react from a place of this, that, and the other. But I was like, no, honestly, it felt like a cool, calm, and collected reaction from my part. Once I was like, oh, you don't engage with common people, but you'll engage with a load of like 10-year-old girls.
Yeah, with peace and love, that's such a sweet, like, I love the idea of being like that.
Yeah, I don't think she realised what I was saying. It wasn't, we didn't have this full conversation. Yeah. She's just right in every other time, you know what I mean?
No, definitely. As someone that runs a school, I understood that she's on it with the safeguard.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. It's like, no, this was a different occasion.
But yeah, so there's maybe that, so is there a projection part to look at in my life as well? That's a good way of looking at it, right? My response to him was not kind. I called him all kinds of words to do with pedo. What can I take from that? Because it would be really easy for me to be like, I'm not the problem in this situation. Yeah. Look who the hell I'm dealing with. But again, that's not helping me. No, but the reality is to look at, okay, I'm triggered because something that's really I'm passionate about that disgusts me has come up so blatantly on my Facebook. Like, you can't believe it's not just in these girls' comments, just him. It's several other old dudes sending gifts with like giving flowers and like, love you, sweetie, and all these. It is absolutely disgusting. It broke my fucking heart saying it. But why did I then need to what's coming out in me? And I think it's my feeling of inadequacy in all the shit that's happening. It feels like no matter if I was to dedicate my whole life to activism, it wouldn't make a dent. And I think that just speaks to how helpless I feel in this society and this economy.
But there's an element of sacred rage there as well, that I genuinely believe that we have been born in this time for a reason. Like, I don't believe in accidents and coincidences. I believe in like timing and design and, you know, plans and all the rest of it. So for me, that expression of that rage is not a bad thing. because it's like you've been given a voice, you've been given those tools, you've found something that is wrong, and you're highlighting it. And that's great that you're going to take personal growth from it as well.
No, definitely.
But it's like, well, why shouldn't you?
Is there a way that I can do it in the future without losing my shit? Because even as I'm texting it, I'm like, I'm hyperventilating, my hands are shaking, do you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
okay, fair
what
enough.
have I just found, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
where you're actually
helpful to me.
enraged. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's flooding your body with like cortisol kind of thing.
Yeah, very,
toxic.
Yeah, and that's just a pride, like, it's very hard to think, especially when you've been someone that clearly in the situation is not the worst one, as you want to put it. Terrible way of putting it, but that's what I'll say. Okay. In the comments, Anna is in the comments first there. She's #1 fan today.
Hey,
she says, hey ladies, Lindzi, your hair is growing so quick. What did you say you've put it to? Collagen powder?
Yeah, I was just saying that Nutrition Geeks collagen powder or whatever that you add to your coffee.
Not sponsored.
No, not sponsored.
Hopefully with that intro. That stuff that you put in the coffee. She says, I love the style. Steph's thinking about it, whatever that was. Always thinking about it though. Someone put WSG, whatever that means. Hope it's not a gang sign, but yeah, WSG, straight back to you. Hi, Steph and Lindzi from the same person. Hello.
Hi.
Saren says hi both. Saren, thank you for my
the cloud.
My pet cloud.
Yeah.
It's so cute and it sits on my dashboard now. Someone commented on yesterday, like, what's that? I said, it's the cutest thing I've ever received.
Oh, yeah, it really is gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is interesting. LOK1G, LOK1 game, Loki Gaming, I'm an idiot, says honesty is mean. What do you think to that?
Honesty is meaning.
Is mean.
Oh, honesty is mean.
It can be, right?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking then, I think you do have to be tactful with honest. It
can feel. Sometimes I think you can try your hardest to put stuff in the nicest way you can, and someone maybe isn't ready to receive that, and it hurts a lot more.
Maybe it's more about timing.
Mean? Is it mean?
It's more about timing on the person that's receiving it, isn't it, as to whether it's mean or not? Because you know,
people say that it's cruel to be kind, and I suppose that can kind of come under it, right? Like, I'm not going to BS you to your face because I care about you more. But at the same time, when do you know that you shouldn't be getting involved?
Yeah.
That's a whole probably different kettle of fish.
It is a weird one. I mean, when I was growing up, people used to, one of the common things people would say to my mum is, I like Lindzi because you know where you stand with her. Because I was always honest, and obviously that's why I upset a lot of people as well. But I would like to think that I do know when telling the truth is only going to cause pointless hurt.
There's that checklist, right? Like, do people need to hear it right now?
Yeah, like, do they even need to, like, I don't believe in all this. Like, for me personally, I'm not like, oh, what did they say about me? Mate, if something was said about me while I wasn't there, let it stay there. That's got nothing to do with
I'd rather not know. Like, that person intended for me to not know. Like,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. I'll deal with, come and speak to me to my face, whatever, you know. But I'm not about that life.
100%.
So for me, I wouldn't necessarily, unless I thought someone's life was in danger or whatever, I wouldn't necessarily go around telling people truth. Like, oh, well, it was the truth though. Yeah. But was it your job to pass that truth on, or were you, you just let it go by?
Yeah, are you like, what's your motive for being honest right now?
Yeah.
If it is to help the situation, normally it can help just to be quiet or word it in
the amount of times
way
that I've heard people use that as obviously working in classrooms, and then somebody says something to somebody that's horrible, but it's the truth though, and you're just like, yeah, I know it is the truth,
and it's probably the truth that you're a gobby little gobshite. Yeah, that's probably not got a future. That's
what I was just thinking. There's lots of other things that are the truth right now, but we don't say them all, you know.
I'd be the worst teacher.
Yeah, do you want me to tell you some truths?
Oh, I've got some truths for you. I've been saving up all 2 years you've been in my pissing class. People are mean because they are hurt inside and want to take their pain out on someone else. That's exactly what we're taught. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly, but that it feels really hard to understand. Well, how does that happen? Because for so many of us, we've experienced hurt, we've experienced abuse, we've experienced really nasty situations. We've come out the other side with more empathy.
Yeah.
So how can someone experience something, have empathy for it, but then still have this part of us that projects?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
It's just complicated process. Like, it's how much the ego is willing to, like, let go.
The thing, how I see projection though is like, because obviously the word projection means to project something.
Yeah.
So whatever you're projecting, I see it as like if there's a pool of like sewerage, and you're projecting from that, that's the quality of what you're projecting. Whereas if you've got this like crystal lake fed by the mineral rich mountains around the edge of it, and that's what you're projecting from.
Where are you keeping this stuff?
Then you're creating that kind of reality. Do you see what I mean? So it's very much what you project is a quick health check as to where you're at.
So we're like, oh fucking hell, that mountain's there again. Stop projecting, Lindsay. We need to get somewhere else.
No, but it's in like,
I do know what you mean, but I also don't.
It's not as simple as that, but it's kind of like, as in, if I'm in a stormy mood and I'm stomping around because I'm in a bad mood,
yeah,
then I'm stubbing my toe, I'm accidentally dropping that thing, you know, that person over there is giving me a mardy look. I don't know, you're creating a reality from that place, aren't you? You're projecting that mood onto the surroundings and creating that atmosphere for yourself.
That feels more like an unconscious bias, where you're in a certain headspace, therefore you focus on things that are on that same frequency, as you would put it. Projection is more, I have this deep feeling, this deep
so
belief about
foundational belief, rather than a mood.
That it is, I don't know, to be masculine means to be not attractive, for men not to find me attractive, to have masculine qualities. And then I'll go out and see someone, a female rugby player, and be like, fucking hell, she's never going to get. And it's, why? Because statistics show me that there are plenty of rugby playing women, who are happily married, boning lots of fit dudes. So it's that understanding, and this isn't my thought, by the way, this is just an example. But understanding that I can go around then and be like, da 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 da, and it's a way for me never finding out that bit about myself. Sometimes it's so deep and so hurtful that it hides it from me too.
It's funny, actually, isn't it, that people do actually have these really strong opinions on what's right and what's wrong and what women should look like and what men should look like and what a relationship should be like. And they're like, but that's just right, isn't it? That's just common sense. And it's a bit like, well, no, actually, no, it's not. It's not just right just because you think it's right, or even just because generations have thought it was right before doesn't mean it's right.
No, 100%. I feel like it's like when people, I don't know, it's very common in America, you'll see when they're talking, the Bible Belt, for example, they recently, a few years ago, passed the Don't Say Gay bill. You can't say gay in America anymore, in Florida. It's very stupid. But it ended up being a load of, like, fundamentalist Christians being like, you can't say this, and in this book it's this, and then by the end of it, they became more well-versed in gay literature than the average gay person was. They were like, if you see what's in this book, and most of the gay community were like, I've not even read that. Where are you finding this stuff? Like, it becomes like you hate the thing so much, but you've got to find out about it.
Become obsessed
and make sure that it absolutely stays over there, because if for a second it gets allowed and it comes out of me, I know the person next to me that's my mum, my partner, that's been raging with me, isn't going to accept me. If I just suddenly go, actually, Mum, you know how I was at that KKK rally with you? Actually, I love this black guy and I'm going to have his baby. Like, it's just not actually, like, they're not going to turn around and be like, okay, bring them round. You know what I mean? It's a very, and again, using extremes as an example.
But that's how that, when people leave those beliefs unchecked, we can end up in really dangerous positions where hordes of people are holding the same beliefs but not really questioning where those projections of like, but that person is a thief or that person is violent or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not checking where that belief comes from.
100%.
We end up with witch hunts.
I can see them happening again, I'm not going to lie. People are mean because, oh yes, that's that. Empathy is quickly becoming suicidal.
That's the one I was
thought.
answering.
Oh, okay.
When it was talking about sticks and stones.
Right, okay.
It's like, yeah, no, I agree. I do think that sometimes people can say the most hurtful things, but you should be able to just think, well, that says more about you than it does me, love, off you go. And I know it's easier said than done, but this is, creating that resilience within yourself where you don't take it to heart.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that person needs to develop their own accountability, but it's almost not up to you to be the one that makes sure they feel it. It's just like, life will teach them that in the long run.
This should be on the shoulders of society. This is a societal problem that should be more accommodating and helping people to feel like, for instance, what we say about policing free speech. I understand everyone should be able to say exactly what they want to say. If you find yourself wanting to say things that really hurt people,
check yourself. Get yourself
work out. Why am I saying that? Is it really important right now? Is it the truth? Is it truth? Like, is it?
Yeah, it is your truth, your family's truth.
Truth to about 90 people on Facebook. It's a societal problem, I think. Laura says, "Hey ladies, hello Laura. Have you had your radio interview yet?"
Oh, wicked. That was cool.
Yeah, I got a call yesterday. What should I do? Should I do it, girl?
Yeah, defo.
Happy-ish. This is Seren says, "It's tough when two people's truth does not meet in the middle of a conflict." Oh my God, do I understand that?
Yeah.
If the other will not consider the other side. I've been talking about this myself. And I was trying to explain it to someone that I care very much about, that they're able to say, yeah, I know I'm difficult, but, they keep doing this thing and it's not good. And I'm trying my hardest to say, look, I understand that you say that it's been not good for a while now. This relationship has been taking its toll. But it's like saying I've been trying to dig this hole with my fingernails and being like, it's been going on for so long now and I'm not getting anywhere and I hurt now and I'm just going to give up because I can't do it. Rather than thinking, I'm not using the correct tools here.
Yeah. Is there a better way?
Yeah.
Is there a different way I could try?
100%.
Could I try a combination of ways?
Well, there's got to be things, right? Can we both pick up a shovel? Why am I doing this on my own? There's loads of things. But ultimately, it comes down to, are you both invested? And are you both willing and able to be self-aware enough to be able to say, okay, what can I do here for me? And how can I then bring that to the table in a better place? I wonder if some people who are very mean on socials are actually anxious in life and it's resentment or envy that makes them attack others. 100%.
Yeah.
If I had something deep rooted for me that I found children attractive or whatever, I don't think I'd ever be able to go outside because one, oh my God, what am I going to do? Two, no one's going to understand me. Therefore, I immediately cut a connection with anyone else. My ego isn't letting me see that this is because this is a me problem. I didn't help the way that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So, and it's just going to be so you just grow this disconnection and this isolation and this resentment for everyone else. And they become useless to you, something that you can laugh at, something that you can make yourself feel better at.
There's that story, and I'm sure I've told it before, but there's someone that I follow. It's like something like Adam and the Boat Life or something. But someone had sent him a really nasty inbox, and he doesn't usually reply to them or even see them all because his account is so busy. But he had seen this one, so he'd replied to it, which again is unusual. But then the person had replied back to that saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I never expected that you would actually see this message. I'm so unhappy with my life that every morning I just spend 20 minutes sending really, really nasty messages to people on social media, and it just makes me feel like a bit better." And he was just really like abrupt and honest about it. So then this guy had sent him his phone number, was like, "Ring me, like, let's talk about it because your mental health clearly rock bottom." But that is like an example, isn't it, of how somebody that's just not having a good time, you do get this little hit of dopamine or whatever the chemical is from doing something like being mean to somebody. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get a protective hormonal hit from being kind. So it actually pays off more to be kind, because what happens internally is an immune boost in comparison to being hateful, which is toxic. But unfortunately, when people feel like trapped, or like, say, if like one of the big things I see in the classroom is a kid that's being bullied at home by older siblings coming into school and lashing out at their peers because they feel so weak and used or whatever, disadvantaged at home, that they then have to exert their power to make them feel better elsewhere.
Yeah, that's the only way they've been modelled how to exist. So, okay, well then that's how I'm going to
intimidate others.
Yeah, and I ain't being the one at the bottom again. I'll do that at home.
Yeah, so it's like, I just see it as like you pay forward how you feel, which is projection.
Yeah,
like,
it's that comment like, your boss has a go at you because their boss was having a go at them because their boss was having a go at them.
Yeah,
and
then you go home and have a go at your teenager because they're doing your reading, and then your teenager has a go at their mate because their mate's doing their reading, and then the mate smacks their little sister. But yeah, it's just like shit rolls downhill.
Yeah, 100%. Shit does roll downhill.
But this is why you hear a lot of people saying it ends with me. This generational trauma ends with me. And where I feel that my work lies is providing these conversations and perspectives of like, how can you become a healthier version of yourself than what you were taught to be by the generation before you?
Yes, definitely. Seren pretty much says, here in this time for our consciousness to do good, shine our light to rid the dark. That's
how I feel.
Yeah, 100%. Honesty is sometimes a necessary cruelness. I completely understand. I agree with that, Dane.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's doing the hard thing that's actually in the long term the best. You were saying before, like, it's easy to get angry, it's easy to whatever, but actually to turn in kindness, what it does inside of you.
Yeah.
When you get angry, your adrenaline spikes and you can instantly feel yourself become more capable in this argument, fight, debate, situation, whatever it is, because that's how the body's built up. But that's not doing any good for you. It's making you feel, the more angry you get, the more your body feeds into it. Yeah, all right, I've got this. Yeah. I always do. I've heard myself in arguments before and I'm like, that sounded wicked, carry on. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is that like? And that's because if it come across into my brain to say that thing 40 minutes before when I wasn't in an argument, I'd be like, I could never say that. What on earth?
There's another aspect to being honest to be kind, cruel to be kind as well, in terms of like, when your best mate and you love them so much, but you just know that the guy that they've just started dating is a player, and they're telling you a situation and you're in a situation where you want to be honest with them and say, can I be honest? That's a massive red flag, blah, blah, blah. But that they're not going to enjoy hearing that, but you feel like you've got a bit of a duty to at least give them a perspective that if they still want to weigh it up as like, ignore the red flag, then fine.
Yeah.
And I've been in that situation where
I have as well. Yeah.
I've had to be just honest for the sake of, look, I will not be comfortable watching you go down this path if I don't feel like I've at least asked you to consider what you're doing here.
No, definitely. And to the point sometimes where I think it's better for you to remove yourself from a couple that you have the best interest for her, him, whoever your friend is in the couple, but ultimately
once it's so far in, remove yourself.
Yeah, and you get caught in this cycle of a weekly like, oh, can you pick me up? We're done, and then they're back with them, and meanwhile you're using all your emotional capacity to deal with them, just for them to go back to them straight after they've got all vented to you.
I mean, that's when you'd be honest and you'd just say, look, I support you always, but I can't keep doing this circular thing. Like, I'll be here if and when it's over, but I can't keep going round and round with you. You're going to have to, leave me out of it.
Both pretty much agree. Sometimes cruel to be kind. Laura says, your mindset is brilliant, both of you. Thank you. We try today when there's no wind.
But even so, this is the thing with the mindset. And what we try to show is that we do struggle, but we also then put the tools into play.
We're not resting and being like, oh, got that wrong. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like, or even you know, as all that sensory overwhelm was happening, I knew I needed to get out there and have a coffee, and then you suggested having some sugary food, and it's like, yeah, 2 tactics immediately that can break you out of it. Then in my head, I weighed up a few things, you know what I mean, to make the decision. So it's like, you know, we were still putting tactics into play. I don't think it was one of those where we could have gone really unhealthy with it and been like started ragging things down and really kicking off.
Yeah. No, you are fully right. You're fully right. We're both capable of really destroying everyone's time that weekend. It makes me laugh every so often. We'd look over to that spot and it was just getting battered by the wind still.
It was like, awful.
We made the right decision.
Yeah.
Some are just narcissists and will have no empathy no matter what. Yeah, 100%. That's where it comes down to all you can change is you, right? All you can have control over is you.
It's how you respond and how you react and how much you allow somebody to exert that power over you.
Yeah, definitely.
You can remove yourself.
If someone has been a certain way for so long, there is no point in like, I'll just get through it, and they are never going to turn around and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm in the wrong here, and I've been doing you dirty. I'm so sorry. How can I turn? Like, very rarely do people.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
When it does,
not without years and years of genuine work. That's the point, isn't it? Because what Steph's just said, I've heard them say over and over again after an argument and fell for it, and then obviously actions speak louder than words, guys. That's what
yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, maybe I mean like they're never actually really going to emit any such proof of change
in the long run.
Yeah, they may confess that, yeah, I'll change, I'll be different.
But that's where projection can get in the way, isn't it? Because I'm there like, I understand why they're being so awful to me. It's because they're coming from a place of deep, like, self-esteem issues and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, just because you know all that, even if that's what you think and even if that's the truth, doesn't mean it's okay for you to be on the receiving end of it, because even like whether it's physical abuse or emotional, it still has an effect somewhere.
No, definitely. And again, it's that projection. Why am I so bent and held like torn up for them and their emotions? Oh, because it's something that I struggle with. Like, I'd want that grace. I'd want that understanding, because maybe I understand I can be difficult, and it's a very like.
Or I don't believe I'm worthy of more than this. That's the other one, isn't it? You put up with that because you think that is the absolute like top notch that you're ever gonna get.
Oh god, yeah. Sorry, I felt like just hit me with a fucking reality thing. Then
sometimes the things we discuss are like too close for comfort. Like
too close. Let's move on. I'm gonna cry.
You'll notice in the 3 years since we've done the podcast, like both of us have made quite drastic like life changes. You know, over the because you get to the point where you're like, I can't sit on camera and being a hypocrite talking about those things without actually doing it in my own life. It's like, definitely. Oh, okay.
When we have boyfriends.
It's like over the years we've been like, oh, we're going to have to face the music there. Can't keep talking about that on screen and then just allowing it to continue in my actual life.
No, yeah, especially with mine, because I swear I'd make some announcements like my relationship ended, and then a few weeks later, it'd be like, so me and my boyfriend, they'd be like, surely people are watching this if they get like, I swear.
Looking at the date, like.
Yeah. Just some clarification. Yeah, that was not the cleanest of separations.
But this is the thing, isn't it? We have everything we talk about. We struggle with ourselves. That's the point.
And we only do this to help you see that you're not alone.
Yeah,
we do exactly, it too.
That you're not alone.
And despite the fact that we experience the same things, we're still out here doing crazy stuff. Lindsay's still out here achieving great things. We're just different. Where are we going to be next?
Van Life Fest in North Yorkshire, Scampston Hall. In just under a fortnight's time.
Oh, guys, get down there. It's a great event if you're in the North Yorkshire area.
Then we'll be at Replica in Derby.
Ba, ba, ba.
Then Camper Jam in Shropshire.
Ba, ba, ba. It's going to be a great winter.
Then Carry On Crafting.
You're just reeling them off.
Yeah.
Carry on. You're like a voice note that's not stopping.
I felt bad. Yeah, but when I do that, I just leave it silent. Then I'm like, you thought I'd finished, but I hadn't. I'd just zoned out.
Actually,
I have left her a voice note like that before. I know that because
several.
I'm going through videos, deleting the videos of thunderstorms that I'd taken on the first night of Van Life Festival. And it's an 8-minute video of a thunderstorm that I've set my camera up watching the thunderstorm, but I'm leaving you a voice note in the background, and I was absolutely howling because as I pressed play on the video, you hear me go, "Ha you thought I'd finished, but I'm not." and then a big thing of lightning goes, and I go, "Oh, you bugger, that was a good one." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm on the point." I can't use that footage anyway unless I put dramatic music over it because I'm just yapping.
I think that's funny. That's so. I found something today. So over the weekend we were interviewed, both of us actually, by Saw Sound.
Yeah.
The lovely Ginga interviewed me, and Estelle caught you on the Sunday. Very lovely. More than happy to be involved. But I checked out the recording for myself today.
Oh yeah.
And it starts with very much your laugh in the background. You can just hear that you are nowhere near, like, compared to like everything else you can hear. Do you know what I mean? You can hear like mumblings of other people maybe around, and then the guy's like, as he starts, you can hear he's much closer, but it's just in the background. It's so good. As I was looking, I was just trying to find my bit, and I just found that laugh, and I was like, "There's my bit."
Brilliant. Distinctive. I mean, that's one. So I went on the Saturday with my wig on, then on the Sunday without it, and completely forgot that everyone met me on the Saturday with the wig on. So I was just approaching people with full confidence, like, and kind of continuing on from conversations I'd had the day before. Like one lady, I went, "Oh, wicked, you've moved slot then. This is better, isn't it?" And she just like was like, and as I'm thinking, what? She then went, "Oh my god, it's you! You've not got you like," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I had pink hair yesterday," but because I've got quite a distinctive voice, you could see them like desperately grappling with like, "I know, I recognise something. What's going on? Like, who is this?"
That's hilarious.
It happened about 3 times. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting I've not got my wig on."
I don't know if I'm just because I'm used to you or just I understand that it's the same person, but I feel like I'd instantly be like, that's the same person.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who knows?
Maybe I need testing.
Well, I don't know, because like I say, all 3 people that it happened with gave me a hard stare, and then as I've realised what's going on, they have triggered who I am. So they have recognised who I am, but it's took that minute of like racking their brains, like, what's going on here? I know who you are.
I know who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it. I feel like I definitely missed out half the stuff that I should have been saying about projection that was going to be helpful, but
that is what happened. Usually I end up sending like Steph a big voice note, like, I completely forgot to say like this, the whole reason. Like sometimes it's like the whole reason I've suggested a certain podcast and I forgot to say what I wanted. All I can suggest is make it into a short and post it.
Post it on there.
Yeah,
I will do. I hope you've had a nice episode, guys. I've really enjoyed it. Are you ready with your drum? Oh yeah. I was going to say, I think
that trigger your interaction. A different podcast official.
Oh, I love that. Wait, yeah. Oh, can you recreate any of these? Yeah, a bit mid. Do you remember that? Remember that? Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will be back next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m, talking about whatever is presented to us that day, whatever we think of. If you have any topics that you'd like us to cover, feel free to put them in the chat. Let us know. Or if you'd like to learn more about us, you can go to busdifferent.com or adifferenthumandesign.co.uk, and on there you'll see a ton of resources that have been made especially for you to help you with this chaotic life that is this life. It's a bit early, but hey, better than late. Bye guys. See you later
next week, guys. Thank you for joining us.